Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the 2024 Ledgestone Open presented by Grip EQ. Welcome to the party. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hotkeys.
Honk. Add disco ball effect. Yeah, we're at Sunset Hills for 4 days. It's interesting. It's different. We've never done this. It's a very attackable course, as you've seen. Holyn Handley shredding right now, 6 down through 9. There's nothing up on the screen yet for, here we go. Lisa Fajkus, a nice bogey-free 4 down to maintain solo second place. Scoggins sliding back into a tie for third. Stacey Ronsley and Elisa Midling shooting both 7 down, super hot right now.
7 down, shooting up 16 places on the leaderboard. Haley King, 6 down, moving up 13 places. Just getting a lot of birdies out here is always going to help. And taking anything more than a single bogey really drops you down the leaderboard a lot. It's all about managing the holes wisely here, minimizing errors. Hole 10 is a good example of that. Not one that everyone in the field can reach, even though it's 301 feet. It's uphill, plays a little bit farther than that, and it's a really challenging line with OB on the left and right of the fairway that comes into play, especially with the headwind that we had today. Headwind / left to right. You kind of have to get lucky and sneak through that big willowy bush and the willow tree on the left in order to have a putt at this hole. Holyn with a classic mistake, overturning a disc and just vaporizing through the middle of it.
Classic. It's crazy. This plays so much farther than 301.
Yeah, it really does.
Lisa trying to go down the middle, turning it, but getting through the gap. That's about where we saw Stacey Kiefer land. If you watch the front 9 and make a huge putt from there. It's far, though. Own forehand, obviously.
It feels a little silly to try to go super aggressive on this hole because you're pretty much always left with a circle 2 putt. So it's kind of just deciding what you want to do and how much you want to bite off.
I think that bush just helped Own. She's fading right towards out of bounds. I'm wondering if she's trying to go wider with the forehand. Oh, man, I really like that Missy was putting it higher to go over the bush, but there's an OB line right along that shed, and Missy, after a double bogey, this is going to be not the easiest bogey to save either.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary shot, but she's in the bullseye.
Moving to 2 up on the round, and that does not feel good. I can tell you from personal experience.
Lisa not quite able to run a putt there, just has to throw a little approach shot. Own with a long putt for birdie.
Get it?
Wow, huge putt from Own. That'll get you some momentum here on the back.
Running it all the way in.
Flapping it, kind of.
Yeah.
Great extension on that one. Looked good the whole way.
One of only 5 birdies today on hole 10.
Played a bit harder than yesterday.
Yeah, only 4 people got to circle 1. Only 12 got to circle 2.
No one smiled as big as Own did, though. What a putt. Let's see if Holyn Handley can follow that one up. Oh, I loved it. Great run.
Out of the 5 birdies, 3 of them were from circle 2, 2 of them from circle 1.
Yeah, just a difficult green to access. If they clean up the middle a little bit more, I don't think it's a bad change. It's just not really a clear line to get there.
Basically, the next 3 holes are kind of the circle 2 putting holes. Everyone can reach them. They're just kind of technical lines. This one from trees. The next one from a very strange shaped fairway. The hill on hole 11 is really weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's a par 3, 393 feet side hill. So you kind of want to throw over the right side and then fade in towards the left. There is water, like a really gross pond over there. If you fade too far to the right, there is OB left too if you just hyzer out too early. I think just the throwing downhill. What was the wind too on this one?
It was a left to right wind / just a tiny bit of head.
Yeah, being downhill, you'd think everyone can reach this, but it's difficult.
I like the forehand play. Owen does not quite commit to the angle all the way. She's way up high on the hill. She'll probably just be chipping this up for par. Holyn with more of what the hole calls for, a little bit lower and linear, but she even overturns this disc and gets a big cut roller backwards.
Is that what you mean by the hill being weird, though? Because you have to throw kind of a turnover at the side slope?
Yes, that's the way to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to barely clear it and keep turning. Because this shot, wow, actually that does look pretty good. But it tends to kind of bail out and leave you in circle 2. Mm-hmm. That's really great from Lisa.
I also like the kind of turnover shot or the like late flip sort of a shot. But if you don't give the nose angle correct, that hill can highlight it and you can find that OB left so quickly.
Ooh, I like this big flexing shot from Missy. Parked it. And nice way to bounce back after a couple strokes in the wrong direction. Let's see it again. She went...
Quintessential Thrasher shot.
Captain's Thrasher. Beautiful. Didn't even bring the weird hill into play.
What weird hill?
Holyn farther back than we would expect after that kind of thrower.
Even doing a little run up here.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Interesting. It was kind of in between just a standstill and a run up, but she definitely sawed that one off and will have a bit of a putt here for a par save.
Oh, and giving it kind of a soft run. 7 people were able to find circle 1 in regulation. 20 got to circle 2, another circle 2 putting hole.
Lisa landing in probably the most common landing spot. Holyn for a par save. First big mistake of the round.
I feel better because this hole got me too. It feels like such a weird one to bogey.
Yeah.
Unless you're out of bounds.
Yeah, unless you're out of bounds. Because it's wide open even if it's a bit odd. It's hard to park, but it's easy to par.
There were only 6 birdies on hole 11 today. Missy with the tap-in birdie and the only one on our lead card.
Missy really having to work this round. She's finding a lot of strokes, facing some adversity here and digging deep, but +1 does not feel great after that 9 down yesterday. It'll be interesting to see if she can turn it around.
Another kind of circle 2 putting sort of a hole. Hole 12 is a new tee pad. A little bit more to the left and back from the original tee pad. Most people picking up a driver, maybe a fairway to get to this green. Something overstable, you kind of have to push that water line if you are trying to get all the way to the green. Most people, though, playing it a little bit safer, coming up a little shorter and just having a bit of a longer putt. There is out of bounds all around the green, deep and right. This hill is very steep, too, and you see a lot of rollaways.
That's kind of a weird spot to land. It's a bit of a hole with some tall grass, but it's near circle 2. Approaching this green, there's just so many rollaways. There's not really a great way to do it.
Oh, and kind of the safe play here, just chipping it up to the middle of the fairway and having to deal with a very weird approach. Only 6 people got to circle 1 in regulation here.
Lisa going halo turn, hanging out wide and fading in, getting to about 40-ish feet, it looks like. Solid play. Lisa looking pretty calm and comfortable out here.
Holyn flipping something up. She has so much power that she's able to kind of ride that hyzer angle straight for a really long time. A little lower than she probably wanted.
Seems
she'll
like
be putting.
Low is kind of her mistake today.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa definitely going to Light this up. I thought she was going to run it. And even that is dangerous. They can pick up and roll.
Owen opting to match the angle of the hill. This is still a scary shot, though. If she airs that even just a tiny bit higher, it's skipping OB.
See if Holyn gives this a go. Looks like that tree is in her way, but it's just outside the bullseye for a par. Not a lot of birdies on this one, typically.
There were only 5 today.
Hey, look at this hole. I was in that. It's so weird.
No birdies on our lead card. Par is great on this one, though. It's the 4th most difficult hole of the day. That's 3 holes in a row that have right around 10% of the field birdieing. Very small birdie percentage on those 3. It's just about getting through them cleanly. We saw on the leaderboard, Elizra Midling and Haley King both in the clubhouse with 8 downs. Current hot rounds of the day.
And that makes sense. The conditions were definitely a bit tougher than yesterday. We'll see if anyone can get close to that double digits, though. Let's check in with Rebecca Cox. Got the bucket hat on. Love the look.
Mm-hmm.
This is a par 3, 280. Plays as an island hole. And she squeaks through the right side. Looks like she is going to be safe on the green. It's really grown in this year. It's much harder than normal to get on this island.
I feel like Rebecca's really giving us her best Olympic look.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I dig it. USA.
Yeah.
USA.
And a birdie on the very difficult island hole. No lead changes through 12. Everyone walking away with the par. Holyn still holding on to a 1-stroke lead.
Discraft built for flight. Built for flight.
Here it is. We just saw Rebecca Cox birdie it. It's hole 13's a par 3, 280. If you're going for it, you're taking that right side gap that she took. We've seen a few sneak through left side, but that is not the intended line ever. If you don't land safe, there's a drop zone from just, it's towards the edge of circle 2. It's pretty far. You see some layups here because it doesn't really feel worth it. It's kind of a birdie or bogey hole if you're going for it. Missy feels like it's worth it. Needs those birdies. That looks good.
Flirts with the right side, but it is great.
I feel like you got to flirt with something to get there. You can't just get through cleanly.
No. Got to charm your way through this hole. Owen kind of erring on the layup here. Doesn't make it through that first line of trees. We'll see what she has to deal with.
Lisa just going to lay up here. You can go straight or you can do this play where you skip and then it's a nice, easy, wide open shot. You can see how far the drop zone is. It's well done.
Holyn's hungry. Definitely going for it. She squeaked through on the left side yesterday.
Yeah, a little flirty on that left side for sure. I saw a little wink.
Today, I don't think she had to talk to anyone. There was no flirting. There was nothing. That was just dead center. Ooh, Owen with a very tough approach here.
I saw a flash of leg for sure.
Wow, Owen.
What a scramble. Scramble queen.
Such a technical shot, really relying on the stability of the disc.
Working way harder than you want to on this hole to get there. That's
she had
so
to flirt
good.
on her second shot.
Yeah, she did. Successfully.
No, I have to.
Lisa from nearly 100, it looks like. I'll put it to about 20 feet. Here's Missy for birdie, trying to get back to even par. Nice. Missy really working hard this round. There's still more birdies out here. Like Madison said yesterday, you can turn it on at any time out at Sunset Hills.
Mm-hmm. You can birdie out at any moment. There were 9 birdies on hole 13. It played as the 3rd most difficult hole of the day, mostly just because it's kind of a birdie or bogey situation. It's one, though, that can sneak up on you and steal a few strokes as well.
Can't sneak up on the geese, though. We both got it. I'm going to brag. It was the best thing we did all day.
Oh,
we were on the same
did.
card.
We matched birdies.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Honk.
Honk.
Another check-in. Oh, with another goose.
Oh my gosh, you guys. That was a really good putt. I'm
It was a great putt.
proud of myself.
Downhill for birdie.
The audience is going to hate this. We're not even making fun of ourselves. Just like pretty proud.
Yeah. Be proud with us. Our gander.
Gander and wonder. Haley King and Elisa middling 8 down in the clubhouse. As Madison said, hot round. We'll see if anybody can beat that.
Hole 14 seems so straightforward at 329 feet. It's flat ground. We did have a little bit of a left to right headwind situation. Those trees that are on the early right side, though, take the dummy hyzer out of play. You have to flex something down there or hyzer flip, straight shot something to this green. Low-hanging tree branches guard any sort of high shots coming in, but do set up for a lot of circle 2 putting opportunities. OB all the way down the left and right side are definitely in your head a little bit here. Missy turning towards out of bounds.
Ooh, that's going to be close, but it looks like she's safe in circle 2. Probably not much of a look at it with that guardian tree there. Holyn going dead straight at it. Great power, very linear. Love that.
Yeah, nice little straighter skip forward. She's inside the circle for birdie.
That was an ESP Athena.
Oh, and trying to work a flex down there. The wind kind of catches it, but she's going to be safe.
Just barely as...
Oh, I
No!
thought she was on this side.
Gotcha.
Got me.
The oddly tricky hole 14. Lisa throwing it low, calling for it to get up, but she's going to be well short.
That's a pretty classic mistake on this hole. Being a little scared, keeping it too low. Lisa left with a little approach.
That was fine.
A little more work than you want, but we know Lisa's great on the green.
Lisa also doing a really good job of not making any big errors. Keeping it clean out there. Own leaves that a little short, but gets some good ground play. Looking at her first bogey of the round.
Oh, no. That tree said nope. Shut her straight down. She'll have an outside the circle putt to save this par.
High right chains doesn't stick. Brutal. Here's Holyn for another birdie. Fantastic.
So solid. Parks the last hole. Long putt on this one. Lisa with a nice par save as well. A tiny bit of an errant approach.
Own for her second bogey of the day, like I said earlier. She's, 2 down now on the day? We heard her say that her goal is kind of 4 to 6 down, so needs to do a little bit more work. Oh, actually 3 down, because that's math. I'm going to stop talking about numbers.
It's hard to do on that page.
I was just silent. Just stop talking, period. I figure that's the way to go. Hole 15 is a par 4, 555 feet. One of the most difficult holes every year, though. There's OB on the left. You need to punch straight under some tree branches off the tee. Try to line yourself up to this tunnel. Also, there's kind of a hill, so it can be difficult to get good footing to attack this tunnel. The pin is in a really pretty little green. There's OB that gets pretty close, nearly inside the circle on the left side as you approach. So there's a lot of danger. It's a really small landing zone to be able to attack. And you do have to kind of get aggressive, either throwing straight at the OB to turn it or pushing the branches on the right. Holyn really overturns that one.
Yeah, she had a great shot yesterday. Today definitely gets a little too aggressive on the angle. This played as the most difficult hole of the day. No surprises. This is the most technical hole on the course. Most closely resembles a wooded hole.
Lisa low again off the drive. Let's see if Missy can bounce back again. Very colorful scorecard, not in the way you want out here at Sunset. And that's a solid shot. We saw her birdie from here, a little short of the tunnel.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think she's going to be on that little sloped area, though.
Yeah,
it makes the footing weird.
She got all the way to the green from over there yesterday, and I didn't think it was possible. So we'll see. Owen leaving it a little short with that sidearm also. Lisa just going to be laying up here trying to hit this dog leg to the left and progress down the fairway a little bit, but keeping it in the center is key here. She's a little more on, when you're looking at the pin, on the right side than you would like. She might be a bit pinched.
Holyn coming in a little hot as well, and she made the mistake that you cannot make, trickling into those woods on the right side or on the deep side.
Yeah, you really got to leave this short, like Owen is doing, barely clear the corner and try to get the skip. That was perfect. Missy, a little bit better look at it than yesterday, but as Mad said, kind of on the side hill with some tricky footing. So close to being perfect. Hits one branch. Gonna be short right.
The woods where Missy is on the right-hand side, they were a little easier to recover from than these early woods. Lisa, had a small gap, but pulls it.
First big mistake of the day.
Holyn is completely blind to the greens. Going to have to work a skip if she wants to get there.
Yeah, throwing at OB, fading away from it. That's about as good as she could have done that.
Yeah, that was great.
Oof.
Lisa going to try to kind of mimic it. It's really low ceiling here. Throwing again right at OB.
Gonna have to make a circle 2 putt for a bogey save. Not ideal.
Yeah, she did not quite have as much pop on it as we saw Holyn getting that nice big ground play. Center cut.
Strange mistake. I mean, a lot of people hit that stump, don't get me wrong, but not really a typical looking shot from Owen.
Ooh, I spoke too soon. Missy in a really rough place. What a great little recovery shot, though.
Very professional. This is Owen.
Strong bid. Misses high of the basket. Thankfully checks up on one of those little backboard trees behind the pin.
Lisa, about 40 feet for a bogey save. Oh, that's big.
I love how she does the Lisa fadeaway.
Classic.
Yeah.
Never gets old. Yeah, even though that's for bogey, what an amazing job minimizing the errors. Missy, too. What a save.
There were only 3 birdies on this hole today. Let's see. And only 3 people landing in circle 1. Only one more than that landing in circle 2.
Holyn. Gonna be another bogey.
Haley King, Tiger Borth, and Maria Oliva with the birdie 3s. And that feels great.
Yeah. How many people people
3.
bogeyed this one?
Oh.
Or like we're over par on this one?
Let's see here. This hole averaged at 0.6 strokes over par.
Oof. Ouch.
50%, let's see, 57% of the field with a bogey or worse.
Here's Paige Pierce on hole 16. This was a tail. Was it right to left also wind?
Yeah,
So
just
it's
straight tail.
hard to get your disc to turn enough towards the pin. You saw a lot of ladies kind of land in circle 2 deep. Paige making good on a huge putt.
Little bounce back from a bogey. Haley King and Elisa Midling still holding on to the hot rounds. Holyn Handley picking up another bogey, still with 6 down and in the lead. Hole 16 is 352 feet, plays pretty true to that with the flat ground. We did have a tailwind, like Erika said today, and it was ripping at times. You could feel it really strongly on the edge of this hill.
Sure could.
No out of bounds. I was like, where am I? No out of bounds on this hole except for the tree line on the left-hand side. It can come into play if you accidentally throw nose up and get too much fade. A lot of players trying to just kind of aim at that middle tree and hope they make it through. Missy going to miss on the right side, and that is great.
Oh, yeah. Love that. Every time I try to do that, I find that tree, I swear. It's hard to miss.
Yep. Holyn been taking this more left-handed route with a late turn. This one doesn't quite get that late turn that she wants. She'll be well into circle 2.
Pretty typical result.
She's laughing.
Yeah.
Straight up to the sky.
Lisa not getting the turn she wants. This is headed towards out of bounds. Checks up just in time.
I feel like Lisa went from playing like her game to maybe trying to protect her birdies and playing a little timid. One of the few people that's going to work a sidearm on this hole.
I like how much she flexed that one as a little bit more than normal, and it pays off. She knows it.
Lisa just chipping up to the green, almost on the pole for an easy par.
And that's well done after a couple of errant layup shots.
23 out of 46 competitors got to at least circle 2 for birdie. Only 7 made it to circle 1 in regulation.
Difficult win to get into circle 1 today. Holyn not looking very happy with her effort there. Misses left side after a couple of bogeys. Dang.
One more birdie opportunity on our lead card. Missy Gannon inside the circle.
Once again, finding herself in the position trying to get back to even par. And she does it. Great mental fortitude from Missy to keep getting these birdies.
You don't see this very often. This hole averaged at exactly par.
You really don't see that.
No.
Three pars, Missy getting the birdie. Moving on to another difficult birdie, but I really like hole 17.
Haley King and Elizra's scores really holding it down right now.
Yeah. Hole 17, par 4, 525 feet. OB on the left. There's a mandatory on the right that you can find if you're really turning something over. You want to land more on the left side if you can, close to that OB to open up the angle. Sidearm is the most typical play to get into this pin. You got to fade at the exact right time and probably get a little bit of ground play to get down to this pin perched on this hillside. It's pretty difficult to access this green. We've seen Holyn throw far enough where she can just chip a little backhand in there, and we're seeing that more and more, but for the most part, it's a 2-shot hole where you need a pretty big backhand and a pretty solid sidearm to get a look.
Missy gonna be maybe a little bit more right than you want to be, but she's far enough down there that it's still doable. Just a little bit more pinched. If you land more on that left side of the fairway, it opens up that second shot really nicely.
Holyn working the right side. So far.
Wow.
So far. Look at this. Wow. You can almost see it. That's crazy. And a nice looking shot from Lisa. She's going to fade over towards this left side, give herself the good angle on the way in. Surprised Owen doesn't go forehand, backhand on this one.
Me too.
Good looking shot.
Yep, opening up that second shot.
Great placement. Yeah, usually either you need a phenomenal second shot or a big putt to get a birdie on this one. If you go deep, that's probably the worst mistake, but short is also quite bad.
Dead center.
Oh, man.
Wow, coming in hot.
Bummer.
She knows it. Really buzzing the basket is not a great idea on this hole. But she will have a pretty open putt.
Lisa, pretty conservative effort there. Maybe like you said, just trying to protect her score here. Missy with the forehand.
Yeah, she's way farther down than I was expecting. Putting
Oof.
it deep.
Can be a little rough over there. We'll see what she has. I know, Missy just casually throwing crazy far.
And Holyn just able to see everything.
Yeah, and throw a nice floaty backhand into it. The forehands can skip all over the place.
That makes this hole so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lisa not messing around at all. Wanting to just get out of here with a par.
Missy, looks like she's got a teeny little gap for a nice layup.
Owen thankfully didn't go too far past, but a very steep uphill putt here for birdie.
Looks like she's going too par fast, what'd you say?
God.
On for the easiest looking birdie you're going to see on hole 17.
And we got a little fist pump as well. Everyone else on the card going to have to settle for par.
Which is fine on this hole.
There was only 12 birdies on hole 17 today. Only 9 people managed to make it to circle 1 in regulation, while 30 out of 46 competitors got to circle 2.
Let's check in one more time with Rebecca Cox. Currently in a tie for 7th.
Oh, yeah.
That's really pretty. This was mostly
Wow.
a right to left wind, and man, she just read that perfectly. Great angle.
Rebecca not quite able to string together as many birdies as she'd like out there today, but looking solid.
Yeah, she shot 4 down, it looks like, today. Into a tie for, huge tie for 3rd.
And let's finish this round out with hole 18. Like Erika said, a little bit of a right to left crosswind, maybe a little heady at times as well. 380 feet plays pretty true because it's only very slightly downhill, and the 2 big trees right off the tee pad take away the ability to throw a big dummy hyzer. A flex shot can get you there. A turnover shot can get there. If you have a beefy sidearm, I would love to be able to throw that. Don't turn your disc over too much, though, because there is out of bounds to the right of the green at circle 2. Most players just kind of fading to the left down at the bottom of the pit.
I will forever call it that in my head. Holyn going Jawbreaker Z Flex Vulture. That looks beautiful.
See why that's her Tour Series disc. She throws it like a dream.
See if Missy can finish this one off with a birdie, get under par for the round. I don't think that's quite enough turn. It's going to fade. Not quite in the pit.
Not quite in the pit. She'll be right outside the circle. A great looking shot from Lisa.
Halo turn. I believe she got this one yesterday, and she's inside the circle again. Great shot.
Owen trying to get another birdie on the back 9. She's 1 over so far through the last 8 holes.
Great flexing forehand. Lands in the circle, but does roll out of it. Hopefully those branches aren't in her way on the putt.
Yeah, being in that short left corner is a lot of times very obstructed for the putt. Missy wants that to drop so bad, a little high and right. Very committed bid. Owen doesn't look to have a whole lot here.
She's got a whole lot of flexibility.
Look at a tough, very steep putt uphill. Holyn facing the hill.
Oh, yeah. Great finish. Holyn getting 17 and 18, moving to that 8 under number that we also saw Haley King and Elizra shoot. I believe that's going to be the hot round. We'll check in a second. Lisa with a great front 9, kind of able to just coast on the back. That last birdie puts her at 4 under. She's in solo second. And even with that tough day, Missy, I think she's going to stay in this big tie for third we see. So lives to fight another day. Scores are pretty tight at the top, though Holyn is definitely separating herself at 15 down after 2 rounds.
A few more bogeys on the back than we saw yesterday. A little bit windier conditions, but it looks like no rain the rest of the weekend. Tomorrow we're going to have a little bit of a lead card change. Holyn, Handley, Lisa Fajkus again. But tomorrow we're going to watch Haley King and Elizra Midling as well.
They shot up 18 places to get on the lead card. Look at that.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, I can't wait to watch them attack Sunset Hills tomorrow in round 3. It is moving day. We got 4 rounds this week. There is a cut after round 3 that's right around
23.
23. Looks like that's in the even par range. I was looking at the wrong column. Yep. So that's good enough to get you cash here at Ledgestone. Thanks for hanging with us on round 2. We got sunshine, like I said, the rest of the weekend. Very exciting in the Midwest summer.
So exciting.
Yep.
Sunshine Hills, we call it. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker.
We're the 2 hot geese, honk.
That's so stupid.
You like dumb humor. Look at you laugh.
Sunshine Hills.